How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. The 2022-2023 offseason is almost in full swing, and the Pittsburgh Pirates are rumored to make some major splashes in the free agent market. In this video, we are going to be breaking down some free agents that I think the Pittsburgh Pirates should consider targeting this offseason. Leading off the video at the starting pitcher position, the Pirates should look to sign my top pitching option and left-handed pitcher, Sean Manaea. After struggling with the San Diego Padres during the 2022 playoffs and the regular season, Sean Manaea is looking to have a bounce-back season, and the Pirates could be a good fit for the 30-year-old veteran. Manaea has been a very reliable pitcher during his time with the Oakland Athletics, and left-handed pitching, especially starting pitching, is a big need for the Pirates. Manaea isn't expected to be a super expensive option for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's going to make between $11.5 million and $12 million, according to SpotTrack, and could be a solid veteran presence for a young pitching core. If we can get Manaea signed to a 2-year, $22 to $24 million contract, as long as Bob Nutting actually decides to spend money this season, I'll be a very happy camper. Next on the list is none other than the veteran right-handed pitcher Kluber. Kluber has been a very reliable pitcher throughout his career, and after recovering from a lengthy injury in 2019, Kluber signed with the New York Yankees to prove that he was still a valuable pitcher. During his time with the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays, Kluber has continued to prove the haters wrong, putting up solid stats in each of those seasons. He'll be a very talented option for the Pittsburgh Pirates and a solid fallback option in case the Manaea deal does not come to fruition. Both Kluber and Manaea have more playoff experience than any other player in the Pirates rotation, and that makes them even more valuable for this team. I don't really see the Pirates giving Kluber a multi-year deal, so I'm going to go on a whim and predict that he can get at least a 1-year, $8 million contract with the team. Next on the list is none other than left-handed pitcher Wade Miley, and Wade Miley would be a very solid option for this young team. As mentioned earlier, left-handed starting pitching is an absolute necessity for the Pirates due to our team having a very righty-heavy rotation. Throughout his career, Miley's been a very solid ground ball pitcher that eats up innings, and that's something that this rotation desperately needs. Miley's not going to be here for the long term, but he could be a solid stopgap option until younger pitching prospects like Quinn Priester, Cody Bolton, Michael Burrows, Tanaj Thomas, and other young pitchers develop and make it to the major leagues. I could see the Pirates giving him a 1-year, $5 million contract for his services. In worst case scenario, we can go after these other free agents like Mike Foltynewicz, maybe revitalize his career. Joe Ross could be another option as well on a minor league deal or a cheap 1-year contract due to having Tommy John surgery and being out for the season. Or in case Manaea and Miley fall through, left-handed pitcher Matthew Boyd would be a very solid stopgap option. Moving on to the bullpen. The Pirates bullpen struggled this past season and was arguably one of, if not the worst bullpens in all of baseball after putting up the second worst team ERA in baseball with a 4.72 ERA and walking the 4th most batters. Bullpen arms are a serious need for this Pirates team, and I think that signing at least 1 or 2 of these options could help in a big way. At the number 1 spot, the Pittsburgh Pirates should look to sign left-handed pitcher Andrew Chafin. Yes, I said it, Andrew Chafin, one of the best lefty relievers in all of baseball. And if the Pittsburgh Pirates are serious about contending and improving the bullpen moving forward, Chafin would be a very solid addition. Chafin hits 2 birds with 1 stone, being a valuable lefty arm and having massive strikeout upside. After excelling in Detroit, it's probably a long shot that he would sign with a team like the Pirates. He's probably going to go for a contending team to make it to a World Series, but it wouldn't hurt to at least negotiate for Andrew Chafin's services. At the number 2 spot, the Pittsburgh Pirates should look to sign right-handed pitcher Trevor May. After having solid seasons in Minnesota prior to signing a 2-year deal with the New York Mets, Trevor May is looking to have a bounce-back season after a pretty below-average season in 2022. May would be a very solid veteran presence and is just an all-around great guy. He's very energetic, and he's just a great guy to be around in the clubhouse. Plus, it helps that he's a fellow content creator on YouTube and Twitch, so he could be a valuable marketing asset for the team. And finally, at the number 3 spot, the Pittsburgh Pirates should look to sign right-handed pitcher Dominic Leone. After throwing 2 solid seasons with San Francisco Giants, he wouldn't be too expensive for the Pirates, and I think that he'd be a solid fit for this struggling bullpen. Some other potential options that the Pirates could go for are right-handed pitcher Corey Knebel, right-handed pitcher Steve Cishek, right-handed pitcher Archie Bradley, and right-handed pitcher Carlos Estevez, all of which we could easily do a 1-year deal for their services. Moving on to another position of need, the Pirates desperately need a first baseman, but unfortunately this is one of the weakest free agent positions on the market. The Pirates have potential future first base options in prospects Mason Martin and Malcolm Nunez in the minor leagues, so the Pirates don't really need to find a superstar like Anthony Rizzo to lock down the position. My favorite option for the Pittsburgh Pirates should be super utility player Brandon Drury, who broke out in a big way with the Reds and Padres this season. After showing an immense power surge, Drury blasted 28 home runs and had some solid plays with the Padres. Not only can Drury play first base, but he can also play across all positions in the infield and outfield. Another option to look at is Jesús Aguilar, and looking at his numbers, he really isn't going to wow you with exceptional fielding, but he has some very solid power upside that the Pirates desperately need on the offensive side, whether that's at first base or a DH. Another cheap veteran option would be Carlos Santana, another power bat who is coming off a very rough 2022 season, and honestly I think that Santana just needs another change of scenery. And finally, the Pittsburgh Pirates should look to sign Matt Duffy, who's been a pretty solid veteran at the position. Throughout his career, he's kind of like Brandon Drury. He started at various positions all over the infield, very well rounded. The only downside is that he's a below average bat. He's got some power upside, but he's not really going to wow you at the plate. Moving on to the catcher position, this is one of the biggest holes on our team. The Pirates should look to find a quality fielding catcher with offensive upside for the next season or two. The number one option for the Pittsburgh Pirates should be bringing in Tucker Barnhart. Now, Pirates fans should know who Tucker Barnhart is because he played multiple seasons with division rivals, the Cincinnati Reds, and he'd be a very solid veteran option that could help our young pitching squad develop. If Barnhart signs elsewhere, the Pittsburgh Pirates could look to re-sign Roberto Pérez on a 1-year deal. Pérez had a very solid season overall. It wasn't amazing, it wasn't terrible. He's been a good quality locker room presence for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and a lot of pitchers on the team really enjoyed throwing to him. And finally, moving on to the outfield, the Pittsburgh Pirates should definitely look to add at least one veteran outfielder to help young prospects like Kanan Smith-Njigba, Cal Mitchell, Jack Sawinski, and other outfield prospects continue to develop and blossom in the minor leagues. The outfield has been pretty barren and has been one of our weakest positions, but on the bright side, we have a very solid superstar in Brian Reynolds to lock down one of our outfield spots. The top outfield option that the Pittsburgh Pirates should definitely target is Wil Myers. After being locked up in San Diego for multiple seasons, Wil Myers' club option was declined by the Padres, making him a free agent this offseason, and throughout his entire career, Wil Myers has been a very solid offensive outfielder and first baseman, and is one of the best fielding outfielders in the entire league. He's in the 87th percentile for outs above average, and worst case scenario, if we don't go for Brandon Drury, why not go for a guy like Wil Myers who can play first base, who can be a solid DH, who can play in the outfield in the corner spots, and be a very solid player offensively and defensively. Let's go spend some money. Bring this guy in. Another veteran option to look at would be none other than David Peralta. Throughout his entire career, David Peralta has been a very solid offensive outfielder with the Arizona Diamondbacks and has been a very solid power hitter. If negotiations with Wil Myers fail, hopefully they don't, but in case they do fail, David Peralta would be a very solid backup option for the Buccos. And finally, the Pittsburgh Pirates should look to bring back the man, the myth, the legend himself, Andrew McCutchen. Yeah, I know that Andrew McCutchen is not the same Kutch that we all know and love from the early 2010s run in the playoffs, but he is still a pretty decent player, and he deserves to at least finish his career with the Pittsburgh Pirates, whether that's this offseason or in the next few seasons. Even if it's a one-day contract, just sign the man. He deserves the love and respect. General Manager Ben Cherington and manager Derek Shelton have openly talked about spending money this offseason on free agents, primarily starting pitching and bullpen depth, but don't expect the Pittsburgh Pirates to shell out insane amounts of money for top free agents like Aaron Judge, Clayton Kershaw, Carlos Rodon, or even Joey Gallo. Unfortunately, owner Bob Nutting refuses to spend money, but let's hope that penny pinching mindset changes soon if Bob Nutting is actually serious about putting together a quality contending team moving forward.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The time is now. Start planting the seeds now so we can reap the rewards later. Our contending window is coming sooner than we think. We have a bunch of talented prospects on the rise, and the NL Central could be ours for the taking in 2024 and beyond. Let's hope and pray that something actually happens, because I think all of us are getting sick and tired of being bottom feeders in the division and laughing stocks of the league. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with my free agent options for the Pirates. I can't wait to have a conversation with you guys. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell for notifications. That way you don't miss any future uploads on the channel. This was so much fun to make, and I hope that you enjoyed as much as I did. With that being said, let's go Bucks.